Hi, I'm Aksinja Kermauner. I was teacher of Slovene and art at Center for Blind and Partially Sighted Children in Ljubljana. That's the capital of Slovenia for 26 years. I hope that you know that Slovenia is not Slovakia. Okay. I'm a special pedagogue and writer as well, and now I'm professor at University of Primorska in Slovenia. I'm writing the books about VI children and for them. Maybe somebody knows my Spaghetti Joe. Spaghetti Joe Goes to the Whiteboard as a tactile book. But today I would like to present you my new research about tactile semiotic code in tactile picture books or in tactile pictures. According to Kress and van Leeuwen, multimodal text is in which different semiotic codes appear: textual, pictorial, sound, movement, and so on. An example of multimodal text is a picture book. It addresses the reader through text, verbal code, and image, visual code. The picture is an equal source of information, of course. Interpretation of text usually takes place at the level of both textual and pictorial code. Halliday and others described three main metafunctions of language: ideational metafunction, interpersonal metafunction, and textual metafunction. Maybe we go quicker because of limited time, okay? According to Göran Sonersson, it's okay? Okay. Pictures can be analyzed by three models: narrative model, rhetoric model, and Laocoon model. Necessity of an interdisciplinary approach to semiotic or multimodal text. Different semiotic codes, modes and meaning potential interact in text and process of meaning or making. In these two pictures, you can see the blind reader's hands which read the braille and touch the tactile picture book, and I am wondering what's about tactile semiotic code. And now, my research. First, I focused in a tactile semiotic code with tactile illustrations. Research questions were, is the tactile code different from textual or pictorial codes? With what elements of tactile image can the reader get into interaction? What attracts the attention? What is the order of touching the tactile images? How do the composition and the different materials affect the previous outcomes? Are the semiotic resources in perceiving the textual or pictorial semiotic codes the same as in perceiving the tactile code? Today I will answer only on first four questions. The investigation is at the very beginning. Grounded theory or theoretic basis is Molinek's question. It's about recognizing the objects with touch and sight. Then Denis Diderot, lettres sur le aveugle. Okay, Philippe? Alfred Jarus, and of course Philippe Claudet. We heard all about difference between sight and touch before, so I will go on. Alfred Jarbus made a research how sighted people observe the face of the unknown woman. On the picture it is presented, you can see the head of a young woman with long hair. He recorded the saccades, that means eye movement, during free examination of the photograph with both eyes for 1 minute. And we can see on this diagram that sighted people spent a lot of time on eyes, these black lines. And now my experiment. Sample was 5 blind people, age 24 to 43. They were not familiar with the picture they touched. I gave them the image of a girl's face with lines you can touch. Preparing the picture, some researchers found out that texture is better recognized than the thermoforming and race lines, but I had a problem how to measure this. So I wanted to have a transparent surface for recording the fingers, which were investigate the lines of the picture. So I prepare first picture, made of window color on transparent folia, and when I tried it with one blind person, he said it has too much details on the surface of hair. Please, Janja, okay, you can touch this picture. And we realized that we must make another one. So I made another one without details of the hair. Also made a window color on transparent folia. This is second one without. Well, you can touch these pictures both, of course. Methods. Time of investigation was 2 minutes. Instructions: touch this picture with one or both hands. Describe what is on the picture. Investigation method: observing and recording the hand movement through semi-transparent folia. Analysis: the number of touches of the different part of the face, recording of the remarks and opinions, drawing a diagram of hands movement, comparison of the eye and the hand movement, comparison of movement between sighted and blind persons, and the results. First person was AT, female, 25 years old, congenitally blind. She began touching on the top of the head, and then she followed the neck. She recognized the face in 1 minute. You can see in these orange lines the way of her fingers between touching. And I will also explain of course. The second person was ML, male, 26 years old, congenitally blind. He didn't understand the connection between eyebrow and the nose. You can see the blue line repeating these lines in a diagram of his touching. He had problems with recognizing the nose, maybe because it's the line together. Third person was MJ, male. Yes? Yes? That third person was 47 years old and later totally blind. He touched with index finger, and followed the shape of the face. He recognized the face in half a minute and had no problems at all. Then TJB, fourth person, 24 years old, blind with sign of light, but she was blindfolded between the experiment. She touched it with both hands. You can see this for these yellow lines. She put his palms on the picture and investigated from the middle of the picture to the side. She recognized the face after 2 minutes. And the fifth person was EV, male, 42 years old, congenitally blind. He couldn't understand the shape of the head. Few seconds, but then he realized in 2 minutes that is the girl's face. He had the proposition that I can fulfill the area of the hair with different surface. That was the problem, what is in and what is out. So discussion. Do I have the number? Oh, ho, ho. Discussion. we explored the order of haptic recognition of a girl's face. The stimuli were raised line drawings. Participants were instructed to recognize the picture in 2 minutes with one hand or index finger, or both. We measured how many times distinct parts of the picture were touched. Analysis of video recording show that blind people spend a lot of time on the shape of the head with the hair and not on the eyes. Compared to blind, sighted people spend more time on the eyes and less on the shape of the head and the hair. And the future investigations. This was a pilot investigation, upgrade experiment with an electronic device called Philif. Philif is a tablet which has raised electronic shapes. How Philif works, you see here a tablet, smart device with app, then plus special relief grid, and you can touch the these bumps through vibration on flat screen. And you can also use it on a smartphone, plus special relief grid, and you can read a braille. Main idea to Philif is to imitate bumps which are used in braille alphabet with vibration on flat screen, and then means that we can do this, make this experiment, and the computer will count how many somebody touch one part. I have with me here is something about Philif. If you would like to know, you can take. So this is also Philif. You can draw, you can read, you can hear, and so on. Thank you, tak. Hvala.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions for this presentation? I have a question. Okay. For the Philif,
Yes.
Philif, how fast can it renew?
How fast?
Is it in production right now?
Yeah, it started. Yeah.
And so you can purchase it now?
Yeah, I think so. The address of this company is here. This is www.philif.com.
Yeah.
And email, and I think that they are already started to sell this. Yeah,
great.
And they experiment with blind children in the center of blind and partially sighted in Ljubljana, and they were really.
Sounds great.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for your work.
You're welcome.
Thank you.